my wife and I wanted to take a lazy country drive. Never really caring which way we go, we randomly headed in the southerly direction from our perspective towards Tyler, Longview, and Marshall, Texas. That's the East Texas area. One of our routes often takes us on FM 144 into Jenkins, Texas, just south of Dangerfield, Texas. A nice road that passes directly by the Truett Log Cabin. I did a video about the cabin in 2022. It is a spectacular place. Honestly, one of the oldest historic sites in East Texas. You really need to see it. I promise you will find it worthwhile to visit. While I was aiming for Marshall, Texas, we got hungry and landed in Gilmer, Texas. We go to Gilmer a lot when we drive the East Texas area. When going for lunch, we drove past the museum. We had totally forgotten about it, but resolved to visit. And I am glad we did. The old Gilmer Post Office, built in 1925, used as such until 1991, then purchased in 1992 for use as a museum, which opened in October 1st, 1993. My wife and I toured the Upshur County Historic Museum on our own, just meandering around. Of course, I buzzed around getting these pictures and looking for unique items. Eventually, we met up with the museum coordinator, Gwen Jewett, a perfect tour guide and the perfect person for us to enjoy the museum and learn more. While I didn't capture all of the displays, I got many of them. Let me tell you, virtually all historic cultures are represented in the museum. American Indians, blacks, whites, whomever, whatever. I tried to pick out cool bits as well. An example of weird things you might learn about is how children could be mailed. Yes, mailed from one city to another. As in this image from 1914 of a 2-year-old boy traveling from Oklahoma to Kansas for 18 cents. Throughout the museum, the large displays also cover many aspects of historic life, prehistory, everyday life, agriculture, the Civil War and Reconstruction, politics, of course politics, social groups, transportation, railroads, automobiles, education, doctors and hospitals, the postal system, oil and lumber industries, war heroes, lots of war heroes and notable people in the military, rather fascinating, musicians, lots and lots and lots of musicians cropped up out of this area, all of great variety. Notable contributors and much, much more. As an aside, we noticed as we arrived to the museum that the city was working on the courthouse. Here's the grandness it used to be. There is a lot of very important background information of the region. Going out to the Roots website, you can find a lot of history outlined, basically transcribed from the Handbook of Texas. Repeated in the museum is much of the Upshur County history. You will be walking through decade after decade of developments throughout the region. Plus, digging up the past to share with us in the present. The historic Upshur Museum was incorporated by the state of Texas as an educational, nonprofit corporation on April 8, 1992. It has been in operation, working to help improve the community by illustrating its history for all these years. Reviews. There are very few reviews. The ratings hover around about 4 out of 5, which is fair. It's a smaller display space in general, with large display cases, not really allowing for intense packing of relics, yet keeping it all very clean and easy to view. Where is this wonderful place? Well, these maps are a little bit too old, being from 1836 and 1840. On a larger scale, it is between Dallas and Shreveport. Zoom in a little, it's between Mount Pleasant and Tyler, very close to being in the crosshairs of Highway 271 and 154. In the middle of the town on the square, across from the courthouse. The historic Upshur Museum address is 119 Simpson Street, Gilmer, Texas. This interesting museum is open Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is free. Donations are very much welcome. I got an envelope to mail in my donation. Hope you do the same, or take a little cash with you and drop off at the box up front. There is a Facebook page that will keep you up to date on happenings and events. Remember, the historic Upshur Museum is a toot. Seriously. And there is a good video available for you to learn from as well while you are at the museum. We really enjoyed Gwen. We appreciated her very much. I know that preserving history and recalling history factually is extremely important for us all to learn and improve ourselves. Try to do a little by donating or volunteering to your local museums and those such as this historic Upshur Museum in Gilmer, Texas. And with that, please relax, take it easy, be a motoring fanatic on your road Odyssey, and I will see you later. Bye.